Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Business of Giving podcast. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am the founder and executive director of the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, and we are a 501c6 nonprofit organization that brings businesses and nonprofit organizations together to create synergistic relationships that benefit the community. With the Business of Giving podcast, we highlight two pillars of the community, the for-profit and nonprofit sectors, and show how they both can work together to benefit one another and the world as a whole. If you'd like to learn more about what we do at the Cause Marketing Chamber of Commerce, causemarketingchamber.com. When I do these shows, I'll bring a lot of my friends in, as those of you who listen on a regular basis, and I've had the privilege since 2008 to be a business owner here in Las Vegas, and when you are able to stay in business for that long, you create some amazing relationships. And I have a good friend of mine who I've known for many years through the networking community. We've done a lot of things. We've done a lot of things together, and I've just always appreciated his passion. He's give back. We're very similar in a lot of ways, and so having him as a guest is just natural. And I was so surprised I've done a lot of media through the years, and he's never actually appeared on a radio show that I did, but he is here today along with his good friend Sal Carrera, the Director of Development with Silver State Schools Credit Union. Ray Wilson, CFO of Silver State Schools Credit Union. Welcome to the Business of Giving podcast.
Good afternoon, Guy, and thank you for the nice, kind, and warm words. I truly appreciate that. In addition to my role as a CFO, I've also been named president of the Silver State Schools CU People Over Profit Foundation. So two separate legal entities, and again, a 501c3 charitable foundation. So happy to be here.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, and we'll get into more about what the foundation does, and but Ray's sense of give back. Again, it's you connect with kindred spirits throughout your life, and in terms of business and Ray's commitment to bettering the community, he's always been solid in that way. And so welcome. And Sal Carrera, you play a prominent role in Silver State Schools. Will you talk about what you do?
Yes, thank you, Guy. Thank you for having us on your show, and thank you for all the audience that's listening right now. Thank you for tuning in today. The People Over Profit Foundation is in its initial stages, I would say. Even though it originated in 2018, in 2024, it really launched officially with the hiring of myself, and that is to make sure that we raise the necessary funds, that we listen to the community, find out what the community needs, and really service our community the way the nonprofit should.
And being a credit union that is affiliated with education, as you mentioned, yes. Silver State Schools, tell us about how the educational component kind of weaves in with banking.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So again, Silver State Schools Credit Union, founded in 1951. We are now over 65,000 members, celebrating our 74th year. And so we're all about education, educators, the students, certainly working with the school district, UNLV here. And it's all about education, really focus. And within education, we talk about the financial literacy and financial wellness component. Two drivers that, really, and in creating the foundation said, look, let's see what else we can do as part of our community outreach into the community, City of Las Vegas, Clark County, as well as all of the data in terms of providing the tools, which is financial literacy, and then the result, financial wellness. So two components that are critically important, and especially with the students, teachers, educators, and parents. These are the things that really drive as we continue in terms of our personal and professional growth, look to find ways to help develop that. So again, through the foundation, it really focuses on that financial literacy, financial wellness, and we run several initiatives that are able to drive that.
Education, of course, and financial literacy. What a partnership, and how relevant that is in society nowadays, with the climate of the economy and the world that we live in. From your perspective, Sal, teaching kids about financial literacy, how does that empower them? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's definitely something that I would say we need more of, and instead of sitting back and saying, somebody else is going to do it. We have to, as a community, make sure that our students are getting those basic financial literacy pieces of content that will allow them to be prosperous and allow them to be responsible, and it'll fortify their lives. So with financial wellness, like Ray said, it's the result of getting that information and being empowered. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of other entities doing financial literacy. They do a great job of it. And I've also seen it now being incorporated into schools, believe it or not. So it is important, and it's just a little late in the game, but it's never too late to start, right?
Sure.
In terms of scholarship programs, I know that's another thing, Ray, that Silver State Schools is involved in. Tell us about how you are creating opportunities for young people through scholarships.
Sure. Very good question. Since 1989, we have raised $1.2 million in scholarship funding. Currently, we have 10 students each year, graduating high school seniors, to pursue certainly a post-secondary education. And so we provide a $2,000 scholarship, renewable up to 4-year term. And every year we do that. And so it has been very successful. This gives opportunities for the students to be able to continue their education and really help defray some of the college costs, in terms of the scholarship. So again, the program's been wildly successful, both for Silver State Schools Credit Union and the POP Foundation. So we being the POP Foundation, run that whole program. And so it's, again, another way to really help our students, as they continue with their education, tuition, room and board, books, as continue to increase in cost. So again, part of that community give back is that scholarship program that we fund.
Yeah, financial barriers to education can be prominent. As you mentioned, the cost of getting an education is just exponentially growing and growing. And so creating opportunities, I wanted to ask this of you, Sal, for people to be able to get beyond economic restraints and still get an education. What is the perspective of Silver State Schools on that?
Well, the People Over Profit Foundation not just gives scholarships to merit-based scholars, but also need-based and also future teachers. So I think that's an important aspect of how we run our program. There's hundreds of students that need help, that look for this help, and there's thousands upon thousands that need help, right? So this is a piece of what I would call a big pie that needs to happen in order for someone to be able to afford to go on to a higher education. So we're not promising that we're going to do it all. We are partners with the community. We're partners with other philanthropists. We're partners with parents. We're partners with other entities that will make these futures possible for children.
Yeah. And Ray, you being the president of this foundation and, of course, being in business as well, the whole platform of this show is all about bringing these two entities together. For you, maybe you can share with the audience about your affinity for philanthropy along with your affinity for business, and then you also, Sal. But how about you first, Ray?
Sure. Thank you, Guy. And as you know, I love philanthropy both personally and professionally. I love it. I love the community give back, and certainly love your podcast, your show here, because that's what it's all about. And so being able to personally and professionally give back, certainly through the POP Foundation, this gives us a tremendous opportunity, Guy, to really work with our education system, our students, teachers, educators, and parents to be able to help drive that. We all need, when it comes to the financial literacy, in terms of learning how to save money, learning how to budget, needs versus wants, and then being able to teach that, encapsulate all of that and put that in from a wellness standpoint, being able to, be a person that understands that, because those basics really carry you through life as you go through, and the challenges and highs and lows that we all experience. And so that I just love it because it dovetails nicely, with the philanthropic, and certainly from the banking. As you know, I've been a corporate banker most of my career, and so I love it. I love being able to be the foundation, help support the foundation, and lead and drive the philanthropic efforts of the foundation to folks that need support and help.
Yeah. How about you, Sal? The blending of the two. How does that work in your approach to business and philanthropy?
Sure. I think it's important to start off by saying that the Pop Foundation's new, that the credit union has been doing a lot of great work, and the credit union is a not-for-profit organization. They are not a 501c3 charitable nonprofit organization like the Pop Foundation is, but it's an easy blend of the good work that the credit union was doing and now moving it forward with partnerships, with looking and making sure that we're more engaged with the community. It's actually taken on a new life. So I love the opportunity to be their director of development. I love the opportunity to talk to different people and find out what it is about the education system that we need to focus on. What is it about the community and that gap, right? There's a gap between the community and maybe the education system. And we live unfortunately, in a state where our student or per pupil funding is amongst the lowest, right? So there's plenty of room to help. The lift is very big, and we need a lot of partners to join the game.
Right. Yes, it's really about, and again, this show encompasses community. And when we were on our way over here, I was talking to the guys about how prominent credit unions have become.
Yes.
And I think, and I would like, if you could both speak to this, is that it seems like, especially COVID had a lot to do with this, in my opinion. And that is, being a part of a credit union is you're being a part of something. The whole sense of community, even in banking, right? People wanting to be a part, being a member of a credit union, and that being something that people, it's like a badge of pride, yes. Right? Maybe the two of you could speak to, again, you're a nonprofit organization, and just speak to that sense of community that comes with being a credit union.
Sure. Thank you, Guy. And for myself, I've been in banking, 30 years. The last 8 years, though, serving as the CFO for Silver State Schools Credit Union. My first entree into the credit union land. So prior to that, I'd been all commercial banking. Certainly one of the largest difference, bank being a for-profit, credit union being a nonprofit. But another item as well is the shareholder. So really, pretty much anybody can join Silver State Schools Credit Union. And as you mentioned, it is a badge of honor because you are a shareholder. In contrast to for large banks where mostly institutional investment firms serve as a shareholder. So it really is, as you know, Guy, I'm pretty active here in the community. I will have folks come up to me and say, Ray, I've been a member of your credit union for X number of years. Ray, I got my first car loan through you folks. You were there when we needed you. And so it's great. That's a great feeling, and as a shareholder, they are a voting member. And so it really gives them a sense of pride, as you mentioned, that badge of honor. And so it's all about the community give back. That's what credit unions, really the foundation, is the community, working with the community, supporting our membership, and the community give back.
Yeah. How about you, Sal? The sense of community that comes with working for a credit union, do you experience that?
Yes. I'll stick to talking about the foundation itself, because the foundation is really where most of my work, originates. And what I wanted to say is kind of just make a highlight on what Ray just said, and that pretty much anybody can be a member of the credit union. Well, one of the new ways that you can become a member of the credit union is by becoming a member of the foundation, the People Over Profit Foundation. So that contribution to the POP Foundation makes you a member of the credit union.
Yeah, just so much to talk about. For those of you who are just tuning in, you're listening to the Business of Giving podcast with Guy Dawson at KUNV 91.5 FM, Jazz, and more. I have been speaking with Ray Wilson, who is a good friend of mine from networking, and Sal Carrera. They are with Silver State Schools Credit Union, an organization that has quite a history. I didn't realize that this credit union has been around in Las Vegas for 51 years. That's a lot of credibility, I guess, that goes with that.
Yes. Actually, we formed in 1951, so now we're at 74 years, actually, of complete. Yeah, we continue to grow. We continue to build. Again, over 65,000 members, $1.2 billion in total assets, and then 10 branches here serving the community here in Clark County, Las Vegas.
And the foundation, we've been talking a lot about the give back piece with Silver State Schools, and there's another element of your give back, Sal, that I would like you to speak to, and that is cultivating creativity through art. Art programs are a hot topic amongst people because that used to be such a part of the fabric of schools, but it's sort of kind of been going away recently. Tell us how Silver State Schools is helping to enrich that area of children's lives.
Absolutely. It's not even the first or the second time we've done this. They've done this 39 times. So this will be the 39th annual Happy Times calendar contest. And we have, we're excited to launch it again on its 39th year. What it is, it's 3,000 students, 81 schools, and they all submit art pieces. And the only prompt is draw something that makes you happy. That's why it's called the Happy Times calendar. What it causes is just this huge pouring of creativity, innovation, and those are the two key things of why we do this, is that those are two important things into skill set building for our future kids, right? And so we have kindergarten through 12th grade plus the cover that we pick a winner from. And they're incentivized with a cash prize. We pick 13 winners, and we create this calendar, the 12 months plus the cover. And it's just embraced by the community. It's something that I believe that when people get their hands on, they just can't wait but flip through the pages and see all this great art from all these great, talented kids. It brings so much joy just talking about it. But it's definitely a need in the community. Our arts programs are diminishing. Not that other categories are more important or less important, but I think that's why STEM became STEAM, right? They added the A back in because they knew that arts was that important as well. So that's something that the credit union is very aware of, and kudos to them for backing it for 39 years.
Yeah, enriching kids through art and the imagination and the creativity in this digital age. Sometimes there can be a disconnection from that, and I think kids get excited, don't they, when they get to, like when we were kids growing up, right, where we actually really put our hands on things more because we didn't have iPhones and all these devices that they have nowadays. But cultivating that in them, encouraging them to be artistic, I think is right. It's a part of the growth of a kid, right?
Exactly.
Your evolution as a person.
Yeah, exactly. And just to add to what Sal just stated, and I love art. Personally, I love art, and I tell you, the artwork that these children, students put together, even going from kindergarten, God, it's just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I've got artwork both at the house as well as in my office framed from some of the artwork that these students have done. And it's amazing, even at that young of age, as growing up, I was more athletic inclined. The artwork is tremendous. The color, the how they coordinate, and the subject, it's like, and so I again encourage, certainly you'll see information about the program for students to submit their application. So it is, if you have an opportunity, certainly on the artwork, take advantage of it, just like the scholarship program. You'll see information out on our website.
Yeah, another element of your foundation that I think is amazing, and it's honoring exceptional educators. I'm a believer that teachers and educators are the unsung heroes of communities. And Sal, how do you honor educators? I mean, I don't think we do enough, but how do you go about it at Silver State?
Sure. So it's an important partnership between the Clark County School District, another media company, I would say, in town. And what they allow us to do is we ask the principals to give us nominations or leadership to give us nominations. And we pick one of those nominations and we surprise them. We go into their classrooms and we just show up with the whole pomp and circumstance and say, hey, kids, guess what? Your teacher just won the A+ Educator Award. We also give them a cash prize. Yeah, to the teacher and the school. So it's like a little stimulus to incentivize raising the game. There's other people that see this happening and they're like, I want that too. I want to be a A+ educator too. And so what it does is just makes everyone feel good and everyone raise their game.
Yeah, right. The acknowledgement of the educators,
yes,
for all the hard work that they put into developing our youth, which is helping to develop our society, because these are the people, and they are just, again, not rewarded often. Just that little pat on the back and a little bit of money never hurts, right? If you win.
Yeah. And I would just add that all of this is without the teacher having any clue. They have no idea this is coming. They don't know that they've been nominated. They don't know that we're going to show up. Nothing. So it is a recognition by surprise.
Yeah. Do you find, Ray, that people are surprised that there is a foundation connected to the credit union?
Yes. And the reason being, the foundation founded in 2018, so we're, 6 years young, compared to a credit union that founded in 1951, and so 74 years.
74 years old. Yes, I'm thinking 51,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. And so, yes, there's, first surprise, wow, you actually have a foundation. So we've taken what the credit union has done historically and been able to extend through a 501c3 charitable, because now there's a lot more things you have in the toolbox, i.e. grants. Grant writing, grant developing, and so there's a lot of benefits of being able to do that. And so, wow, I like what you're doing with the foundation. I like this. This is really good. It's a great program, both from our donors, certainly backed by the credit union. But, we've been doing grants, really helping out what we can do in the community. So, again, all about the community give back.
Yeah, I've just really enjoyed talking to the two of you today about credit unions and the foundational piece that is attached to that. And I think a lot of people out there might not realize that credit unions are also nonprofit organizations. Correct. And so there's a whole element of, in every way, that's different when you are a nonprofit than, as you had mentioned before, traditional banks have their space and their place in society. But I think there's just so much value, especially a credit union that also has a foundation. And of course, this is what we're all about, is the foundational aspect, to give back to the community. And gentlemen, thank you so much, both of you, for being a part of the show today. And how can people out there learn more about the foundation and Silver State?
Sure. I'll defer to Sal.
Sure. Well, you will see us all over town. You'll see us all over media, for one. But if you want more information, the website is popfoundationlv.org. popfoundationlv.org.
Yeah. Any final words, Ray? Again, hey, you and I, we've been around a long time, and it's been great to see your evolution and growth as a professional. And congratulations on your role as president of this foundation. Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, a couple things. Just again, thank you, Guy, and your team here for having us here. This is really very heartfelt, being here and being able to share with your listeners, viewers, here the community of who we are and what we do. I want to thank all the folks in education, teachers, administrators, principals, heck, even the bus drivers, folks that are all involved in the school system, 5th largest in the country. And so I want to thank you for all of your work day in, day out. I want to thank folks in the community that, having a passion like I do for education and being able to really, personally build their life and what we can do to help support that. So again, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And we appreciate all of you for tuning into the Business of Giving podcast here at KUNV 91.5 FM.